It's Russell back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful. It may be raining, may not be. Look at that. Atlanta, Georgia. Today is Saturday, August the 9th, 2025. And I have something here. What is that? That's an hour meter. Now you guys know, if you've been watching the channel, that I put hour meters on all new pieces of equipment. What does that mean? Well, that means that I bought a new piece of equipment. So, if you saw my video, I don't know, I guess I did it last week. This has 800, this is the Echo 9010T. It has 828.9 hours on it. And it won't run again. So this is the third time. About every, I'm going to say 10 hours or so, the blower's running perfectly fine like it's brand new, and then all of a sudden it just dies out, and then it won't recrank. Won't start back up. If I replace the spark plug, it's perfectly fine for another 10 hours. That's a problem. So, if you recall last time, I used the Echo kit that had the air filter, the fuel filter, and a new spark plug in it. The blower ran like it was new, just like it always does. And on the very last job yesterday, I was actually walking back to the truck. I had the blower on my back, and I had it, and then it started hesitating and bogging, and well, we know what happens next, right? So here it sits. Now, I contemplated getting another one of these, right? Right now there's two of us working, so we don't have really a spare blower. We do have that handheld blower, but that's not even in the same universe as these. And a week ago, when I went to my dealer to pick up the parts for the Echo, I tried a PB7910, and well, there it is, brand spanking new. They put gas in it for me. This is the one I demoed in the parking lot, and I've got to tell you that this thing it's the same engine. This is the exact same engine, I think with one minor difference. The guy told me these have dished pistons, so he said this engine, although it's almost the exact same, will probably outlast the other engines. But the air filter is on the side, kind of like a 770. Apparently this is going to replace the Echo 770 blower. They're going to discontinue that, and the blower profile is lower. The tube is a little bit longer, but it's more narrow in diameter, and these have pads at the bottom for your lumbar. It's the same general type of straps, but gas tank's a little smaller. I think this holds 60 something ounces, and the 9010 holds like 90 ounces, 80 something similar to that. But the fan is smaller, so it puts out not as much air. I think it puts out about 200 CFMs less. Now they like to calculate stuff in Newton meters now. That blower, I believe, puts out 40 Newton meters, and this puts out 48. So I am not getting rid of this blower. I have a brand new Echo carburetor right here in the wrapper. Those carburetors are cheap. I think this carburetor was like 65 bucks. My dealer is spot on the pricing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this blower out of service, and I'm not pressured to have to get this thing running by Monday. I am going to work on it, and I'm going to do a video. We're going to go through everything. I'm going to show you how to replace the carburetor. We're going to look at the fuel, the intake screen. So You know, the fuel filter's new, the air filter's brand new, the spark plug is new, but it's fouled out, and there's no reason that it should keep fouling plugs. That's the problem. So the air boot is tight. There's no air leaks getting into it. It's not like it runs bad. It runs perfect when it's got a new plug in it. Now, if it did that and it fouled it out within, you know, a couple minutes or something, then but this is it's kind of a weird problem. So I'm going to just replace the carburetor. There's really not a lot else it could be. So I have adjusted this carburetor several times, and we may even take it apart. I think I know what the problem in the carburetor is. I've seen some videos, and I'm going to take it apart and we'll see. But I had an 8010T that I took the blower, or I replaced the carburetor on, and they use the exact same carburetors, same part number and everything, and that fixed the problem. It wasn't doing the same thing this wasn't fouling plugs, it just wasn't running very good. So I don't know, but anyway, so we're going to do a separate video on this, and yeah, so I vacillated back and forth. I don't mind the weight. The weight supposedly is only 1 pound of difference. I don't mind this at all, right? My mower is set up to have this on here, but from the bottom of the ground to the handle is the same height. It's just the air filters over there. So that shouldn't be a problem, but I can't be down a blower. I have to have the blowers going. So we'll see. My friend that I sold my 8010Ts to, he has 2 of them that were mine. I bought brand new, and I texted him yesterday and wanted to find out how many hours are on them, and he's got over 2,000 hours on each of them. He's still using them every single day. So that's pretty good. It's a pretty good testimony. He's more than gotten his money's worth out of them, but they just keep going. So I'm going to show you guys what the secret is. The secret to making these blowers live, or any two-stroke equipment, is this right here. Amsoil Saver. So it's good. It's a good thing. Good stuff. So I'm going to put the hour meter on there, on the blower over here. I'm not going to video that. I have other videos. Probably just going to connect it right there. And I will come back and I'll let you guys hear. I'll probably mount it right there. I'll come back and let you guys see the blower in action, and hopefully it'll work out good. Apparently people rave about these because they're lighter and they have almost the same power. But anyway, I'm gonna get that on there and we'll be right back. So it is the next day, and I went ahead and installed the hour meter, wrapped it around the spark plug wire. I took this cover off. I needed some Torx bits that I didn't have that would fit into this recess, so that's all nice and secure. So obviously this hasn't been started, and let me get my lawnmower blade here. My mount is magnetic, so we're just gonna set this up right here. blew off back here. So I'm just going to go out here and see if you can tell the difference in the sound, if all, from the 9010T. Good. All right. Obviously, there's not much to blow off here. I did yesterday, I cut the grass and I blew everything off with the 9010 that I fixed with the carburetor replacement video. That thing's running like brand new again. A couple of thoughts about this. Initially, it starts very quickly. Almost all echo blowers I've ever had, you put the in choke, or it's not a choke, it's an enrichment lever. You put that down, you'll pull it a couple times, it'll pop off, you turn it off, and then it'll start. That just started on the enrichment, and then it didn't even die out. So obviously it's a little quieter, a little bit. The muffler's a little bit different, I think. And the thing is very powerful. It's not, this is the number one thing that I, well, there's two things. If you haven't tried one of these before. Number one is that the blower feels lighter. It's only, I think it's 1 pound lighter than the 9010. But honestly, the power, I can tell a difference. There's a little bit of a, it's not as powerful for sure, but I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that the tube is so much easier on my elbow. It's just a smaller tube. It's a smaller diameter. And it's, you know, the flexibility is about the same, but it's lighter. It's a lighter tube. But it's very good. I think this will actually do very good for leaf cleanups. What I'm really wanting to see is how well it does with the clumpy wet grass in the morning when we mow and there's a lot of dew and the grass clumps up. That's what I want to see. But I'm going to say, as far as to use as a maintenance blower, this thing is phenomenal. I'm addicted to the power of the 9010, and if they made a blower, if Echo made a blower that was even stronger, like we'll say a 10, I don't know, something, I would get that for sure. But I need a backup blower, and this is, I don't think this will be my primary blower. I'll continue to use the 9010, but I'm going to try using this in a variety of situations. And for, you know, you can't go wrong. I've used the BR800. This thing feels far more powerful than that. Certainly the 9010 is way more powerful than the BR800, but I am 100% confident that this blower, if that's all you had, you would be fine. You would be fine. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I will do some more videos once I get some hours on this and completely test it out. But the thing starts up really quick, and it's got I think it's the fuel that they put in there is probably Red Armor or something, which is a good oil. It's not as good as Amsoil Sabre, so I'll run that out. Usually you don't get the full power after the break-in until after about 4 tankfuls or so. So I will I'm going to be using it, and we'll put it through its paces, and then we'll do an update video. It still got 0.0 hours on it. So anyway, it's a very, very nice blower. It's very comfortable, and I don't have anything bad to say about it, but I definitely will get some use out in the field, and we'll do a review on that a little later. But anyway, if you haven't checked one of these out and you're looking, maybe you're just a smaller person, you want a little bit lighter blower, I don't think you could go wrong with this at all. So if a 9010 is too big for you. All right, well, that's all we're going to talk about today, and I will talk to you guys on the next video.